Okay, so we're back. We don't want to do this because, oh my goodness, because that's just like not our vibe. We don't like that. So now we're solving equations with one fraction. So these are a little bit more harder, but like it's just following steps, so it's not too much work. So something that we want to know is we don't want to distribute the fraction. We want to just multiply both sides by 3 and get rid of the fraction. That's something we just want to keep in mind. We're just going to circle that and keep that in mind. So we want to solve for x. So it told us don't use distributive properties. So what is this? Divide. How do we get rid of that? Multiply. 3 times 6 is 18 equals, this is technically 1, 8 plus x. But remember, the 1 doesn't really do anything. Like, even if we distribute it, it's going to be the same thing. So, whatever. Now, what's this? We can minus 8. 10 equals x. So what we did there, we just didn't distribute right away. We just dealt with the fraction first. So, deal with the fraction. Don't distribute it. Okay, so now this one. Let's go down and see. So we want to deal with the fraction first because we have Sam, Deb, and we have multiplication here. And we can't do anything to the top. If it's at the top, we need to just leave it there until the bottom's gone. Okay, so leave top alone. So let's take out the bottom. Times by 4. Times by 4. That's going to leave us with 7x minus 5. And technically this makes it a 1. And over 1, like this is the same thing. It's just divided into one group. That's the same thing. And 7 times 4 is 28. Now let's do our distributive. So we're going to have 7x minus 35, 28. Let's plus 35 plus 35. 7x equals 28 plus 35, which is 63. This is multiplication, so we're going to divide by 7. The opposite operation, and now we're going to have x equals 63 divided by 7, which is 9. There you go, that's pretty good. So what we did there is we said we can't touch this until this baddie's gone. Like, we cannot have, he's like a bad guy, we cannot have him there. So we dealt with him. We took him out with it multiplied by 4, and then we just dealt with it after, like a normal equation. Okay, now this one. Remember what we did before? We said don't distribute the fraction. We don't want to do that. That's like just frowned upon. It's so much harder. It's not needed. So what we're going to do is times it out. So this is division. So we're going to use multiplication. Due to one side, due to the other. So now technically we have 1, 2x plus 4 equals 5 times 6. What's 5 times 6? 30. If we technically did some distributive there, we would still end up with 2x plus 4 equals 30. Now what's the opposite of addition? Subtraction. 2x equals 26. What's the opposite of multiplication? Multiplication. It's division. So now we're going to have 2x, or x, because that's going to cancel out, equals 13. Remember, the best way to get good at these is just, you'll just practice a million times and you get it in your head. It's just, like, these are examples to help you, but yeah. Okay, so we want to find this one. So when eliminating more than one fraction, find the lowest common denominator of all fractions, then multiply both sides of the equation by this value to eliminate the fractions. Okay, so let's find the lowest common denominator of these fractions. So we should know what that means, lowest common denominator. So we can go like this. We go 3, then it goes to 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. We'll stop there. And this one goes 4, 8, 12, 16. So it looks like the lowest one would be 12 and 12. So now what it's telling us is multiply both sides of this equation to eliminate the fractions. So we can go like this, and let's see how we're going to do this. We can rewrite and say 12 times 1 over 3. We can put that in brackets if we want, might help us out. Yeah, let's see. So 4 times 12, yeah. Okay, so then like that, 2x minus 5 equals 12 times 3 over 4, x minus 2. And what this does for us is it reduces the fraction. So let's see here. 12 times 1 over 3. Hold on 1 second. 1 over 3. And that is going to be 4. And then we could do that. 2x minus 5 equals 12 times 3 over 4. So that's going to be 9. Is that right? So we could write a 9 x minus 2. Now if we use our distributive properties, because remember, we don't want to do that. We don't like distributing a fraction, so we just kind of switch it. Not a fraction. So 4 times 2 is 8x. 4 minus 20 equals 9x minus 18. And then we can, let's just plus this one. And then we can go 8x equals 9x. Negative 18 plus 20 is plus 2. Then we can do that equals 2. And then I'll just draw this up here, running out of room. This is multiplication, so divide by negative 1, divide by negative 1, you have x equals 2. There you go. So it's not too bad, it's just more steps with the lowest common denominator. So let's do lowest common denominator of this one. So we have 5 and 10. So we can go like this and say 5, 10, 15, 20, 10, 20, 30. Lowest common denominator seems to be 10. So we can multiply the fractions by 10. So 10 times 1 over 5. 7x minus 3 equals 10 times 1 over 10. So 1 over 5 times 10 is going to be 2. You can put brackets around it. You don't have to put brackets. Doesn't really matter. 7x minus 3 equals, and then 10 times 1 divided by 10. So 1 divided by 10 times 10. That's going to be 1. Now let's use distributive. So 14x minus 6 equals 1. Let's plus a 6 and plus a 6. So we're going to have 14x equals 7. Divide by 14. And that's a half. So x equals 1 over 2. Because this is technically 1 over 2. 7 over 14 equals 1 over 2. And there you go. Now this one has a d instead of an x, but we can still do this one. So let's find the lowest common denominator of these numbers. I have a feeling it might be 20, but we're gonna check. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. Yep, 20 matches up. So let's put a 20 into there. So it'll be 20 times negative 3 over 4. Multiply d plus 3 equals 20 times 4 over 5. Oh, that was a bad curve. 3d minus 2. So let's see, 20 times 3 divided by 4. We're going to get 15, so negative 15 times 3d plus, oh, it's d only, d plus 3 equals, and then 4/5 times 20 is 16 times 3d minus 2. Now let's distribute it in and go negative 15d minus 45 equals, and then 16 times 3, that will be 48d minus 32. Now it's the same shenanigans. So then we're going to have 15d, negative 15d, negative 45 plus 32 is negative 13 plus 48d. And then let's plus 15d plus 15d. So 48 plus 15 is going to give us 63. And now we can divide by 63, and then negative 13 divided by 63 equals d. There we go. That was good. Okay. So now we have cross multiplication, but I think we might do this in another video because this is a lot to take in for now.